Who is Kelanved? During the events in Dancer's Lament, Book 1 of The Path to Ascendancy, he goes by the assumed name Wu. He is described as a short, dark-skinned Dalhonese youth with a scrunched-up face, uneven yellow teeth, a mustache, and patchy beard. He also always carries a walking stick, like an old man. As Dancer's and Kelanved's budding partnership grows, Dancer notices that there is a genius to Kelanved's madness. How best to describe the relationship? Think of Kelanved as the smart but reckless friend, while Dancer is the calm but always worried friend. As Kelanved carries out his various projects, Dancer acts as a sort of protective guardian who is always ready to salvage the situation when it turns for the worse. After their exile from Liheng, they both head to Malazan Island. It's in this island that they set their roots and decide to fully investigate the shattered warren of Elder Shadow. It is during these investigations into Shadow that Kelanved's guise of an old man becomes permanent due to extensive manipulations of the warren of Shadow. These constant investigations into Shadow are noted by some powerful ascendants, such as the Sister of Cold Nights and Cruel, the Elder God. Kelanved was always a powerful mage, and this power increases further after a certain event. This occurred after Kelanved and Dancer had escaped the realm of Elder Shadow, where they were being chased furiously by the Hounds of Shadow, and they ended up in the Otataro Desert in a place called Skullcap Mine. Skullcap Mine is located in the Seven Cities continent, and it's used as a prison for mages. This is because the mine is filled with dust particles that affect mages who try to use their warrants while in contact with those dust particles. How are they affected? They could be driven mad, or worse, lose the ability to access their warrants, and they could even die when their essence or spirit is shattered. Kelanved was incapacitated at the time, and he was able to survive this. How did he do it? An old man who identified himself as a spirit walker was able to note that Kelanved's spirit was stretched into 3 warrants at the time. These warrants were the Mundane World, Shadow, and the Scar. He was even able to tap into spirit walking, and after mastering that skill, he was able to save himself and grow more powerful in the process. From that point onwards, Kelanved's essence or spirit always inhabited the 3 places at once. This made him very hard to kill, and he was able to access the Warren of Shadow and Elder Shadow more easily, sometimes effortlessly. During their stay in Malaz, they are able to recruit Princess Suarez into their service. Princess Suarez was known as Sally at the time, and she was the rightful ruler of the Napan Isles, the neighboring rival island to Malaz. This partnership with Sally, and later on with Dasem Alta, the mortal sword of Hood, led to Sally reclaiming her throne, and later on, Dancer and Kelanved usurped the rule of Malaz Island, which was led by a pirate admiral called Mok. It's in Malaz Island that we meet certain important figures that become the foundation of the Malazan Empire. 2 major events occurred in Malaz Island that led Kelanved to fully come to his own, both as a leader and a mage of note in the continent. The first event occurs when Dancer and Kelanved return to Malaz after their ordeal in the 7 Cities continent. Kelanved is able to break into the Azad House located in Malaz Island. The Azad houses are located in different areas of the Malazan world and are focal points of power that are deemed to be alien and unknowable. Many ascendants and mages have been trapped by these buildings in their bid to acquire power from them. After breaking into the Azad house, they are later confronted by the Hounds of Shadow, and it's here that Kelanved finally subdues them as various powerful mages and ascendants watch them. This surprises the onlookers, as it's revealed to us that the Hounds of Shadow have never bowed to anyone, not ever since Decembelakis, a certain legendary ascendant. These hounds are extremely powerful, as they have killed ascendants before. Kelanved, from that point forward, is able to call the Hounds of Shadow to do his bidding. This is the first powerful card that he gains in his bid for power. The second event was the one set up in Dancer's Lament. In the Jagger's Cave, where Dancer and Kelanved first met, Kelanved gained a flintstone arrowhead that eventually led him to awaken the legendary army of Dust and Bone. These were the Tilani Mass, and is one of the reasons the Malazan Empire was so feared during the expansion. With the acquisition of these two terrifying powers and the recruitment of Princess Sally and her people, as well as Tiskren, Dasem Alta, and even Greymen, there was nothing to stop Kelanved. During their time in Malaz, Dancer fought Kaul for the first time, and he was able to win, but with great difficulty, where he ended up very bruised and exhausted. Kaul is a terrifying assassin who used the Warren of Rashan and would later join the Crimson Guard and would be a bitter rival to Dancer. Kelanved first declared himself emperor in Liheng, and from that point, the Malazan Empire was officially an active power in the Kontali continent. I will talk about the foundations and conditions that led to the formation of this empire in my next set of videos. I hope you enjoyed this one and hope to see you next time. May the Enchantress guide your dreams.